great Southern Trendkill. That's right. So this album is easily the heaviest and darkest Pantera album ever. There are some interesting things leading up to this. Right before the great Southern Trendkill, Phil was having a lot of problems where, he was kind of getting full of himself, and then all of a sudden he started having bad back problems. The doctors told him that he would need to take a lot of time off for back surgery, and he wouldn't do that because he was too loyal to keep Pantera going and keep making a name for himself. So instead he relied on other things like heroin to get him through pain. And he actually died for a couple minutes from heroin overdose, and they brought him back, but he eventually got clean from heroin. Another interesting thing is during this time he did not want the band to see him like this in pain and addicted to drugs, so he did all the vocals and lyrics and stuff down in Louisiana while the rest of the band, I believe, recorded it in Texas. It was kind of a disconnect, which is really sad, but even though there was such a disconnect, the music is still fantastic. I believe it is a step up over Far Beyond Driven, and it has a lot of highlights on this album. Holy shit. This album came out in 1996, and the artwork I've always had a soft spot for. I think it looks so intimidating with just the snake on the cover. It looks like it's going to be a fucking hardcore album. So we start right off the bat with just pure insanity. The great Southern Trendkill starts brutal fucking scream from Phil, and it goes into one of their best riffs ever that's just so groovy. And I love the way how Phil does some extreme metal vocals throughout the entire song, and I think his vocals on the entire album are better than he was on Far Beyond Driven, where he just kind of the whole fucking thing. This time he's like, and I absolutely love when Phil's like, it's Southern blues time, and then they go into a really great bluesy sort of breakdown throughout the rest of the song, great solos and stuff like that. Then we have the song Warner, which has a lot of great grooves to it and stuff, a lot of fantastic riffs. The chorus is pretty good, although I've just always found the verse to be very cheesy. We're saying, fuck the world for all it's worth, every inch of planet Earth. The rest of the song is pretty damn cool. Then we have the awesome single Walk Part 2, except I like it more than Walk. Drag the waters more. I absolutely love the song. It's just kind of the same groove throughout it. I've always felt it kind of annoying that right after the first part of the chorus, after the drag the waters of war like never before, and then he goes into like screams and it's kind of chaotic. I prefer the style of the last chorus of the song where it's just the same groove throughout. Fantastic song though. Then we have a really, really awesome song, Tens. Tens is really dark and fantastic. I'm probably interpreting it wrong, but I always felt that Tens is about like succubuses or something like that, where it's like a really hot woman, like a 10, and then she just kind of fucks you over or something. I don't know, I'm probably wrong with that, but that's what I get out. Then we have 13 Steps to Nowhere, which is just absolutely filled with fantastic groovy riffs and insane chemistry, even though they're literally separated. I believe it's either this song or Tens that does not have a guitar solo, which is really, really rare for them. Then we have the best song of the whole album. I consider one song, Part 1 and Part 2, Suicide Note. Part 1 is more of a kind of southern bluesy, depressing song, where a lot of the parts of the song are kind of more upbeat in a way, I guess you could say. It's kind of catchy and more of a country type of vibe, but the lyrics are so fucking depressing. I think one of the absolute greatest lyrics of all time, one of the darkest lyrics of all time, is on the song where he says, "Can you tell I'm a man by the scars on my wrist that'll prove that I'll try again, try to die again." And then that perfectly goes from atmospherics and like catchy country vibes, but like dark and sinister at the same time, letting you know something's about to go down, and a pure fucking insanity, which just screams and fucking insane riffs and like really crazy guitar effects, and then goes into that amazing groovy fucking chorus to do it, gonna try to die. And both parts of the song almost contradict each other, but work so well together. I mean, it's kind of funny thinking about a song about killing yourself as the part going just fucking pure insanity, but I think it does work together, especially with the dark atmosphere of the first part. I don't know. It kind of represents the fucking insanity going through your head. Then we have the awesome, groovy, deep cut Living Through Me Hell's Wrath, which has a lot of great riffs all throughout it, but it is one of the weaker songs on the album for sure. Then we have a fan favorite, considered their best song ever, Floods, which also has what's considered one of the greatest guitar solos ever It's a great solo, but I don't think it's their best. This whole song is very sinister. It's about like the end of the world, and just the whole song just kind of has a lot of lightning and thunder and rain and stuff. It sounds depressing throughout the entire song. I love the use of the very dark, extremely down-tuned acoustic guitar that Dimebag uses. And I absolutely love the sinister backing vocals from Phil. That's probably one of the most strongest parts of the whole song. And then I love the part at the end where it gets really heavy, like the world is just ending right now, where Phil's saying, "Die, die, die." You have Dime playing a really beautiful piece at the end of it, which I believe he wrote years before and finally put it somewhere. Then you have almost like a two-parter song called The Underground in America and then Reprise Sunblasted Skin. Never liked either parts of the song, and I just always felt that Sunblasted Skin was just so fucking pointless. There was no point in the song at all. But Underground America's okay. It's just, as one song, it's pretty fucking boring. The riffs aren't that great. It's just kind of really heavy without any substance. So that is the great Southern Trendkill. I really, really like this album, but there's some weak moments, especially towards the end. So I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10.